All right. Let's see what we got. All right. We're back. All right. Hey. Let's see what we got. That's not good. All right. We're back. Oh, that's this. Okay. That's not good. All right already. At least I know y'all can hear me. All right, so I want to say what's up to everybody on the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Periscopes. Thank you for being you. You know, it's been really helpful last couple of days, especially after last night's show. You did the thing. I mean, almost 4,000 people have seen my groundbreaking video as I described the Mike Pence and Kamala Harris event. So I want to thank you for that. Also, you should know that 4,000 views is about as popular as a toddler going pee-pee. I mean, come on, guys, 4,000? I'm going to need every YouTube person, every Facebook person to share that video. I mean, I'm going to send out a text. It's all hands on deck. But if you've already shared it, thank you. Could you share it again, please? It's a really good video. I want to give a shout out to my new editors who are assisting with the show. Kamali, Adrian, AD, right? Boy, Kay's going to be mad at me if I'm getting this wrong. And someone jumped in and just started swimming named Ben. Ben sent me like 5 clips today. Like, it's like, Ben, what's up, dog? So, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm really excited about that, guys. And look, here we go. All right, so tonight, as you know, is the Tim Black Show. I bring you up to speed on the news, anything you may have missed, some important news items I think you should know about. It's my way of saying, hey, did you hear about this? Tomorrow's Freedom Friday where people get to call into the show. You'll be able to call in. Let me do a quick check before we start our rundown of the news. Let me go on Facebook and make sure you're good. Let me check YouTube just in case. One never knows how these things work out. So let's go make sure we're good. Facebook peoples, I'm coming your way, Facebook. Coming your way, Facebook. Rita, what's up, Rita? And Dan. And Jasmine and Dolores. And Dadu. What it do, Dadu, y'all? Nina, what's up? Mianka, that's it, Mianka. What's up, Mianka? Mianka Brown, Jennifer Ribeiro, Joy Burgess. There we go. Curtis is in the house. Not that Curtis, not Crazy Curtis. We got another Curtis. Hey, Dory, how you doing? Leanne, Margarita Silver Potts, Julie. I got to step it up now. Come on now. Karen Webster and Anna and Nina and Uli's in the house and Tracy's in the house. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Please share this. What's up, Dante? Share this on your social media. Let them know Tracy. Let them know Nina. Let them know Uli. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Guys, here, everything cool? Uli says, I can't believe it. I got a notification. That's what's up. Thank you, Facebook. You know, sometimes Facebook acts right. It's crazy. Like, I never know what they're going to allow me to put out. I never know what they're going to promote. I need more control over my destiny is what I'm telling you. All right, so anyway, once again, Facebook people, please share that. Share the videos of me breaking down the debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. Let people know what's up. I've been told that I'm very humbly want to let you know that I've been told that my breakdown of the debate is the best anywhere. Like on the internet, on cable media, anywhere. Okay, so I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just being honest. Now let's go to YouTube and make sure people can hear us on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, what's up? What's up, Tony D? In the house. We carrying signs is in the house. My Wolfpack members, my New York City girl. We're carrying Brian Crosby, Kelly M, Sarah Lane, Schultze, Guerra's in the house. Kamori's in the house. What's going on with you? Schultze's in the house. Nikki's in the house. Arthur's in the house. Donald Mixon's in the house. Mighty Mouse. Literate Lils. All right, I'll take it. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling pumped up, actually. Feeling good when we kick some butt, when we separate ourselves from the others, and we're on the right side of history. I love that. What's up, Jeanette, Imprat, and Sekama, and Steve, and David, and 90s Kid Perez, and the Blue Ape. What up, Johnsons? Quantum's Worlds in the house. David Melford and Anthony and Gary Webb and Tony Tater. All right, Tony Tater, man. All right, so we're looking good. We're sharing it. Can we share a little bit more before I get started? Can we last ditch effort? If you got them, last call for alcohol. All right. So really excited about tonight's show as well because we got a lot to cover, and it's good stuff. Well, we also have a good stuff segment tonight. That's good. Remind Tim, don't forget the good stuff segment. We haven't done that in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Could have been a month. All right, so good stuff segment is a special segment where we highlight some good stuff. All right, so I got so much to get to. Check this out, guys. But we do have a couple of clips tonight. They're not long. I'm not going to be boring you with a bunch of people talking because, they're not Tim Black. They're not going to be very interesting. Let's keep it real, all right? Here, check this out, guys. So a funny thing happened last night. Someone DM'd me. I think it was my man Roger Meadows DM'd me. I got a couple other stuff. People hit me up. Michigan. What up, man? What up, Michigan? You got some nutburgers in Michigan, man. Boy, you give a white guy a gun, he think he military. What you are as a terrorist, have you guys heard about what happened in Michigan? They arrested at least 7 men. I think it's 8. With militia ties who are basically just terrorists who plotted on kidnapping Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, and killing her. I'm telling you the truth, guys. Here goes what we know so far.
Today, Attorney General Dana Nessel was joined by officials from the Department of Justice and the FBI to announce state and federal charges against 13 members of 2 militia groups who were preparing to kidnap and possibly kill me.
The FBI and state police seen here raiding a home and detaining an individual took action after the men met this week to exchange tactical gear and to pool their money to allegedly buy explosives. The mission? Attack the governor before Election Day. Authorities claim the planning was months in the making, with the men even going to the governor's vacation home twice to conduct surveillance. 2 of the suspects allegedly had a plan to create a diversion.
Discussed detonating explosive devices to divert police from the area of the home.
This was a highly dangerous group. They were well armed, they were training, they had a plan, and they were prepared to carry out their attack.
According to the FBI, the men were apparently angry because of Governor Whitmer's restrictions during the coronavirus pandemic, including those on gyms. Tensions have been high in Michigan for weeks, with militia members, some of them armed, at one point descending on the State House last spring, intimidating lawmakers. The FBI infiltrated and wiretapped one of the groups after getting a tip that the men were allegedly plotting against police and planning to attack the state capitol in an attempt to overthrow the government. With an informant listening in, they call Whitmer a tyrant. One of the suspects saying, "Snatch and grab the governor. Just grab the expletive." They allegedly wanted to take her to a secret location in Wisconsin for a trial that would end in execution.
All of us in Michigan can disagree about politics, but those disagreements should never, ever amount to violence.
An angry Governor Whitmer today calling out President Trump.
Just last week, the President of the United States stood before the American people and refused to condemn white supremacists and hate groups like these 2 Michigan militia groups.
All right, guys, here goes a picture of the men that were arrested. It's been a rough year for Miss Whitmer. Not a way to start off your career as a governor of Michigan when you got beheadings. I didn't know they had beheadings, Johnson. Nooses and shouts of tyranny. These are your suspects. These are them. The men spied on Miss Whitner's vacation home in August and September, even looking under a highway bridge for places they could place and detonate a bomb to distract the authorities. Folks, I'm trying to tell you. These people are dangerous. They are scary. They are not militiamen. They are terrorists. Just because you white and got a gun and pretend to play war games doesn't make you a backup military. You are freaking terrorists, sir. All of you. Now, I want to hear from my conservative brethren. Do you see what all this talk gets us? Do you get it now when we say these guys who are walking up? Some of these guys are actually pictured. Some of these guys, they think the government is slavery. They accuse the Michigan kidnap plotter, the accused Michigan kidnap plotter vented this online. The government is slavery. Just having a government makes you a slave. All right. Gun ban unlikely at Michigan. At least two of these guys that I pictured there actually were part of the group that stormed the Capitol. They're in video storming the Capitol. So you can't say these are not those people that were at the Capitol. Those guys who were shouting profanities with armed military grade or styled weapons. That's not them. They were just exercising their two-way rights. Nah, man, two of the 8 were pictured in the video at the Capitol with those other guys. So you can't say, no, they were them. They were they. They are them, all right? These guys, look, here's my thing, guys. Here's the thing. I think we're way past the point of just taking this lightly. Anybody who takes it lightly, even you white folks out there, you need to stop taking this shit lightly and recognize these people are cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. These people want to overthrow your government. These people want to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer and possibly kill her. They were going to hold a trial. I read the affidavit, guys. There are affidavit out there. It's a Michigan website. I saw it. I downloaded it. This is what they plan to do. They planned on taking her, holding her hostage, taking her across state lines to this other state, and holding a mock court, like a tribunal, a court, and then sentencing her to death. Do you understand? We got ISIS in the house. We got ISIS right here. These guys are ISIS. And this is because they don't wear turbans and they don't have brown skin and they don't pray the way you do. You think that they're the ISIS. No, these guys are ISIS, okay? You think the ISIS is, I'm not saying ISIS ain't bad. What I'm telling you is you got a vanilla flavor ISIS right on your own soil and you are instead making, I saw people, I shit you not, going, well, they're innocent until proven guilty. I'd like to see the evidence. And this was somebody in my own Facebook group. Or this is somebody who used to be in my Facebook group because I booted their asses out of there. If this was an Islamic group, a black group, a Latino group, or gang, you would not be like, we need to get more information. You would be like arresting them with guns, having surveillance and recordings of them on tape, plotting to kill a governor. That's enough. You wouldn't be talking about, well, we got to make sure we cross all the I's and dot all the T's because, you know what I meant. Nah, this is your racism is showing, man. Your racism is showing. Your bigotry is showing. Your bias is showing. All right? And it's horrible. You need to do something about that. Either do crunches or leg squat, do some squats or something. All of it, your big bias is showing. Mr. Trask said that Mr. Trask is part of the investigation unit. Richard Trask, an FBI special agent, said in a criminal complaint that one of those that arrested bought a taser for the mission last week and that the men had been planning to buy explosives on Wednesday. Court records indicated that at least 5 of the men had been arrested on Wednesday in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It was not immediately clear if the sixth man had been taken into custody, a sixth man. I knew this job would be hard, said Mrs. Whitmer. But I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this. Yeah, they were going to cut your head off. They're going to shoot you. Maybe they're going to firing squad you. They consider that more civilized, I guess. These are the same type of men who would go get black children out of their homes and lynch them. These men. These are types. This is it. Okay? Now, the whole town would come watch because we weren't human beings. You understand what I'm saying? And to some, we still aren't. And this happened all the way up into the 1950s. These men are dangerous. Oklahoma City bombings. These men are dangerous. Shooting up black churches. These men are dangerous. Blowing up black churches. These men are dangerous. You know how many people go missing every year? I think these types of guys got something to do with it. You can keep on living with your head in the dirt if you want to. But the rest of us need to pay attention and watch our surroundings and be constantly aware. You never know who's tracking you, Johnson. You don't think I'm worried about it? You don't think I think about these things? I got people calling into my show threatening my life. Live on the air with their phone number, using their phone number to do it. You report them, Tim. I got to make sure my crib's fortified first, sir. You don't live around here. People get shot here. This is no joke. So there's a lot of information about this. And you know what? You know what's dangerous? Damn it, I'm going to say it. Donald Trump is dangerous. All this talk of stealing elections, these guys are just waiting. These guys are chomping at the bit. These guys can't wait for a civil war. They want to tear it down. They believe the government is slavery, having a president is slavery, but they believe that Donald Trump is good for them. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? When they start killing, they're going to kill white people too. Now are you worried? I hope you are, because we need you to be worried. One more time, let's take a look at these guys. I'm already on probably several hit lists. Look at them. I don't see no Tyrone and no Daquans and no Fernandos, no Javiers. I see 8 scary white guys who think that they're patriots. They're not patriots. These guys are terrorists. And just because you put a flag in the background of your video does not make you a patriot, sir. A patriot defends the rights of all of us and does not break the law in order to achieve some weird goal of overthrowing the government. How are you a patriot trying to overthrow your own government? Change the government, yes. Yes. Overthrow the government? No. Vote out the Michigan governor if you don't like her. Kidnapper and killer? No. No. All right. Jesus. All right. I mean, people, when you heard about this story, I don't know if this is the first time you heard about it, but when you heard it, didn't your heads like spin around a little bit? These mofos are crazy. They're going to go to jail for 20-something years, maybe longer, Johnson. They are gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, scary white guy. Been a much better... Hey, look, our government's for sale, dude. You should have just raised some money and brought you some politicians like everyone else. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? America, it's all for sale. It's time for Tough Talk. Tough Talk with Tim, all right? You don't have to kidnap governors. You buy them off. That's what you do. You buy them off. Both sides. Like my brother said today, the Democrats and Republicans, one's the head with the other's tails. They're the two sides of the same coin. Now, the way you buy them is with money. Dummy. Not guns. Now you go to jail. And I don't feel sorry for you at all. All right, moving on. The more you know. The more you know, Johnson. These people are so stuck in the time machine, dude. We just buy politicians now. What's wrong with you? The time of guns and storming the... No, come out of the 19th century, dum-dum. Just buy them. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong, Johnson. Okay, next story. It's already late as hell. We're good. Okay. Gretchen Whitmer. All right, so here we go. Next story. Here we go, guys. Okay, so I told you I did a fantastic job according to the viewers. Like I would have got an award for how good I did. Unfortunately, I'm a small black channel. They ain't gonna give me a damn award. They don't give me no Webbies. None of that. You gotta work for one of these big channels that's tied to other channels that are tied to mainstream media. Ain't gonna happen for us. But we do get bragging rights because we did kick some butt. Because I told you, when we break down the debates, we have a superpower. Sort of like Senator Nina Turner. We have a superpower. And that's called truth-telling. And when you tell the truth, you're powerful. It's almost unfair how much power I have with the truth. Now, here we go. Here's what happened, guys. While I'm telling the truth about what happened with Kamala Harris, and this is the deal. This is what happened. Here's the deal. Sound like Terry Crews. In the beginning, Mike Pence wasn't doing so hot. Kamala was stopped. She came out pretty good. But the last 3/4 of this shit, it was all Pence all day. Now, I didn't expect people to cover the stuff I covered because it made Kamala look bad. It wasn't her looking shiny. She got kicked in the stomach a couple times with real questions. They were not disses. There was no name calling. It was not disrespectful. It was just right on the money critiques of her record. Nobody wanted to talk about it today. I looked everywhere I looked. No one was talking about it. Even those calling themselves the home of progressives were not talking about the substantive criticisms of Kamala because they're afraid if they tell the truth, maybe Joe Biden will lose. If Joe Biden loses because you told the truth, Joe Biden doesn't deserve to win. That's how that works, dummy. Okay? If Joe Biden and Kamala Harris lose because you told the truth, they don't deserve to win. And where's your ethics? Okay, forget it. Forget I said ethics. You don't care about that. Well, I wasn't expecting them to, trip over themselves trying to report the truth about Kamala Harris getting busted up by Mike Pence. But I didn't expect them to go full nut job over the freaking fly in his hair. Come on, Johnson.
Let's tell you, this presumption that you hear consistently from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris that America is systemically racist, and that, as Joe Biden said, that he believes that law enforcement has an implicit bias against minorities, is a great insult.
There goes the
men
fly.
and women who serve in law enforcement, and I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day, that President Trump and I stand with you. And it is remarkable that when Senator Tim Scott tried to pass a police reform bill, brought together a group of Republicans and Democrats, Senator Harris, you got up and walked out of the room. And then you filibustered Senator Tim Scott's bill on the Senate floor that would have provided new accountability, new repeat resources. Look, we don't have to choose between supporting law enforcement.
So there, a fly landed in Pence's hair. Okay, it did. It was sitting there. I mean, it played a couple of hands of spades. It baked the cake. Made love to itself. Pleasured itself in his hair. I mean, it just hung out, man. You know what I'm saying? It watched a box set of The Wire. I mean, it was there for a long time, so I get it why people, want to make fun of it. And then, but come on, guys. Really? They opened up a Twitter account, fly in Mike Pence's hair. It's got more followers than a lot of people I know. Okay? So they really had a good time with this. Everywhere I looked, people were making fun of Mike Pence and The Fly. And look, Mike Pence, is fun to make fun of Mike Pence. I get that. I'm not trying to even begrudge you. You know I make fun on this show. Okay? But they didn't even focus on what he was talking about when he had the fly in his hair. He was talking about he didn't believe racism existed. This is the problem that I have. First of all, Mike's a lying piece of shit. That's one of the problems I have. And the other problem is he made some good points about Kamala Harris. But then he lies. He says there's no such thing as systemic racism. Fool. Black people couldn't even vote in this country until like 1965. And this fool says there's no such thing as systemic racism. What else did you need to be an indicator, dumbass? Okay, so, but that doesn't mean he didn't score punches on Kamala. See, here's the deal. This is the thing, guys. They believe that they have to lie their asses off for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden because Trump is so scary. They would be lying their asses off for Joe Biden and Kamala anyway, regardless of how scary Trump is, because they want to win. Okay? That's the deal. And it's sad. There's so many people who call themselves truth tellers. There are people who made their name off exposing wrong, exposing lies, calling people out. And now that they're in the politics, all of a sudden they don't speak truth to power no more. They want to get their money up. It's pathetic. Calling Kamala out for, as Mike Pence put it, and I still haven't fact-checked it, no one even wants to talk about it. But if Kamala Harris really did prosecute black men 19 times more often than white men for possession of marijuana, that's something that should be addressed. And you would think people would care. Mike Pence brought up that Kamala Harris all of a sudden doesn't trust law enforcement when she was a part of the law enforcement machine for 20 years. It's kind of strange being a lead prosecutor, your job to lock up people, and all of a sudden now you say the system's broken, you don't trust the system. When you were the system. These are all relevant points, and it's also a good point to raise that Mike Pence is full of it. He's a lying asshole. But here's the thing, and this is what hurts him. Both sides lie. Both sides mislead you. Both sides are bad. My T-shirt says, both parties suck, Johnson. And it's not just the name on the T-shirt. It's real. So, guys, it's okay to talk about Mike Pence's fly. But if all you're going to do is use your platform to peddle the Democratic talking points and then pretend that you are revolutionaries, then pretend that you speak truth to power, well, you are fly in the ointment. That's all they are to you. They're going to use you and spit you out. Have fun spending your money, but don't have no mirrors in your house because you ain't going to be able to look at yourself. I wish that was enough to deter these people, but it's not, man. They don't care enough about us. Oh. And then they're the ones, and it hurts me because then they say they're champion for black people. If the only way to get rid of Trump is you got to look the other way on Kamala, you can't even hold her accountable for her own record. You don't even call out the fact she supported the Green New Deal, now she doesn't. She ran on that. You let her get away with not supporting it now. She supported ending fracking. She ran on that. Now she doesn't support it anymore. She ran on these things. Medicare for all, she ran on it. She took money from people who were dumb enough to give it to her, but they give it to her in good faith. She ran on it. And what does she do now? Doesn't even mention it in an hour and a half debate with just two people on stage, her being one of the two. She doesn't even mention it. And then you let her slide. You say nothing about it. Hey, I know you think it's bad what Mike Pence said about there not being any systemic racism and that he was offended, it was an insult. But it's also an insult to know that black people are dying at much higher rates than white people due to COVID-19 pre-existing conditions. And that's a direct connection to our lack of health care. And we got a black woman, you say, a black woman up there, right, who doesn't even bring up the fact that we need Medicare for all, and you let it go. I don't know who's worse, you or her. So anyway, start sharing my content a little bit more, guys, because I feel like I'm losing my mind, frankly, because I feel like I'm like in the middle of the galaxy. I'm floating like, I feel like I got kicked out of a space shuttle and I'm just floating in darkness. And around me, there's nothingness. Now, I know there's got to be other people who speak truth to power, but damn it, I can't see them. All I see is darkness. It's a very lonely feeling to know you're on the right side of justice and to look around and see no one. But hey, it's also a great opportunity to tell all the truth. So I'm just going to do that. All right. I didn't mean to get so heavy, dude. That's what it is. I mean, if it wasn't for comedians, I don't know what I'd do. You know? If it wasn't for comedians, I mean, gosh, man, that's my inspiration, man. You know? I got a couple comedians out there speaking truth to power, man. Thank God for that. Woo! Oh, here goes a real quick one. We just want to throw this in. Hey, did you guys know that Trump pulled out the debates because he was pissed? He was pissed because they want to have a virtual debate because no one wants to get sick from Trump. So Trump pulled out of the next presidential debate after organizers said it would be virtual because of coronavirus. Then his campaign demanded it go on as planned. So basically, Trump pulled out, then he pulled back in. Stormy Daniels reference. A miffed President Trump pulled out of next week's second presidential debate on Thursday after organizers said it would be held virtually to protect the health and safety of all involved, given his coronavirus diagnosis, only to have his campaign demand hours later that the event go on as originally planned. This gyrating series of demands started with a decision by its nonpartisan debate organizing commission to try to protect the participants. Moderator and the guests who would have attended the October 15th event. In response, Trump promptly announced he was not going to waste my time in a virtual debate. You know, Trump doesn't care about anybody. You know, there's more people at stake here. It's not just Trump. It's everyone who has to be in the vicinity of you, Trump. You have a sickness, Trump. Do you understand it? I know you understand it because you was up there, couldn't even breathe on the freaking balcony, trying to get air all up and through here. We saw you. All right? Other people don't want that. They don't want it, Trump. So, and these people are not paid a lot of money. It don't matter how much they pay, but these people are not paid. They're not making, look, people don't want to be exposed, potentially exposed with anybody. Nobody wants to be in a room with anybody who has coronavirus, dummy. Okay? You self-serving lunatic. Freaking narcissistic bastard. No one wants to be in the vicinity of anyone with coronavirus. Guys, he has coronavirus. He didn't even say, hey, it's gone now. I tested. Here goes the results. He's just mad. Nobody wants to be around you. Dude, we don't want to be, you like the PP boy in school. No one wants to be around you. Go take care of your situation. And until then, you can't come back into class. Have your mommy bring you some new clothes up to the school. What don't you get? All right, I don't mean for that to take so long. Okay. Oh, another quickie before we move on. Stimulus. A $1,200 stimulus. Ooh, $1,200. Ooh, uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna be able to buy a blankie to sleep in on the street. With Election Day on November 3rd quickly approaching, President Trump shut down talks this week and called for Congress to pass a standalone bill to give Americans a stimulus check. Both parties have proposed millions of trillions of dollars in coronavirus stimulus aid, but remain divided over how much money is needed to keep the country afloat. Democrats plan to provide $2.2 trillion in relief, while the White House wants the number to be closer to $1.6 trillion. Now, there have been people who have been floating this talking point, and look, I'm supporting Shahid Buttar. That's my guy. He's been on the show like 3 times. He'll be on the show next week. I think it's Tuesday, but I don't think we're going to do it live. But he's going to be on the show. I'm going to put out a video. We're going to talk about everything. But here's the deal. So I support Shahid Buttar. Here's the thing. The Democrats wanted $3 trillion. They came down to 2.2. Okay? So more is better here. I'm not saying they're great. I'm saying whatever helps the people, that's what I support. I don't know what you guys do. That's what I care about. Okay? And I just want people to get more money. That's it. Fault me for wanting people to get more money, whatever. Okay? So anyway, it's back on again. There's a broad agreement about the potential for standalone payments. Both parties are in favor of direct payments modeled closely after the first checks that were issued under the CARES Act that passed in March. The details of how the money will be distributed are hotly debated, yet both sides agree on another round of checks, according to Garrett Watson, a senior policy analyst at the Tax Foundation. So that might happen, guys. Hopefully that will happen. Damn it, let's make it happen. Okay. Now we got a story that somehow brings me to my segment. How'd I get past this? Oh, how'd this get past us? I don't know. Okay, so here's a story of a Texas man, okay? Let's get it up on the screen. Jonathan Price, a Texas officer, was charged in the shooting of Jonathan Price. It appears that Jonathan Price, he was a pillar of his community as a motivational speaker, trainer, professional athlete. He was 31 years old. He was trying to intervene in a domestic violence dispute at what looks like a little market. This was in Wolf City, Texas. By the time the officer responded to the report of a disturbance and a possible fight that Jonathan Price was not engaged in, he was trying to break up the fight. This Tub 11 over here in the cabal is the killer, the murderous cop, the killer cop, I should say, Sean Lucas. He ran up, he tased Mr. Price, and then he shot Mr. Price, who later died from his injuries. Officer claimed that Mr. Price was intoxicated. We haven't got an autopsy back to that effect. Doesn't matter. They fired Sean Lucas, charged him with murder. He's on $1 million bail. And the Texas Rangers did this pretty swiftly, guys. So that's another thing about it. It's very swiftly. That's how this happened. Okay. Very swiftly that the police stepped away from him. In fact, they said, based on the information that they have about Sean Lucas, the murderous cop, they saw no objectionably reasonable reason why he should have shot or used any lethal force at all, Mr. Price. Mr. Price, it just adds his name to a long list of black men who've been murdered by police. That's what happens. Now, Lee Merritt is he's overseeing the case for the Price's family. Attorney Robert Rogers, who represented Lucas, did not claim to be an uninvolved innocent party before Lucas attempted to detain him. That's what they say. They say he didn't identify himself as not being involved. There was no fight when the officer showed up. There was no argument when the officer showed up. It was done. Mr. Price had no reason to do anything. He wasn't a part of it. He's not in the relationship. According to reports, the officer arrived at the store, was greeted by Price, who came very close to Lucas and asked, "You doing good?" Multiple times, according to the affidavit. Price tried to shake the officer's hand. He shot Jonathan Price 4 times in the torso. This is all right. So, what I'll do is I'm gonna follow this case. Hopefully, there will be an outcome that's justifiable in the eyes of the Price family. And here's the thing, guys: regardless to what happens, we're not gonna get no justice in this case because we can't bring back Mr. Price. Jonathan Price should be alive today. Lucas murdered him. The end. They indicted him. That's promising. I like hearing it. That's good, right? We want bad cops indicted. Will he be convicted, though? That's the question. Will he be convicted? We do a good job sometimes of charging people, sometimes, occasionally. But do we do a good job of actually convicting them once we charge them? That's the question. And that's what I'm going to be waiting to see, and I'm sure you want to wait to see that too. All right. Okay. Well, following that story, which is horrific story. Thank you for sending it to me, though, friends, and thank you for reminding me. I don't know how I missed that story. I didn't miss it. I just missed coverage. But should have did it earlier. Glad I did it. Better late than never. Need to cover those stories. Those are important. All right. On to some good stuff. Every once in a while, I like to do a segment called Good Stuff because we all need some good stuff in our lives. All of it. We got the coronavirus. We got wildfires. We got Trump. We got Biden. Pence and Kamala. We need good stuff in our lives more than ever right now. So, here goes the story, guys. Check this out. Yeah. This young man right here, pictured as you see here. It's a teenager who works at the McDonald's, right? Now, from what I can ascertain, he paid for the family's meal because mom forgot her wallet. Okay, so a stressed out mom rode up to a McDonald's drive-thru to purchase a meal for her children. She realized that, oh man, after she made her order, I left my purse at home. But the teenager server at the window didn't send her away. What he did, his name is Wyatt Jones. Wyatt Jones reached in his wallet and swiped his debit card and paid for it. All right? Brittany Reed is the name of the mother. She was so grateful for what he did. After a long day at soccer practice with her 4- and 7-year-old, later that night, Brittany drove back to the McDonald's to give Wyatt his money back, but the Waynesville, Ohio local insisted the meal was on him. He would not even take the money back. He said, "No, I want to do this for you. Don't worry about it." Kid now, teenager. So Brittany wrote this in her Facebook post about how happy she was, how inspired she was, how fantastic it was to meet Wyatt, and she told the story. And she said, "I just wanted the parents to know how kind and compassionate your son was tonight. He made this stressed out mama pause for a moment and realize this is exactly what we parents are trying to do. Raise great humans. Raise great humans." She explained, "Wyatt, do not let this world change your kind heart, young man. For it's people like you that will change this world for the better." So Wyatt has shown Brittany such kindness. How to thank him even more? I don't know. Well, on hearing that he was saving up to buy a car, Brittany began a GoFundMe on his behalf. As of October 1st, she's raised nearly $32,000 for him. Now, that's what you call a tip. So give it up for Wyatt. What's his last name, Wyatt? He's a young man. I think they still put his last name here. Wyatt Jones. Wyatt Jones. Good. Can't remember Jones. All right, Wyatt Jones, you did a fantastic job, young man. Thank you for your kindness and your chivalry. It's not gone, missed on us. We need stuff like this. This is great. I'm glad to include you in the good stuff segment from Tim Black and the whole Wolfpack. We appreciate you. We're rooting for you. Now drive safely in that new car, brother. You earned it. That's a beautiful thing, man, when people do good stuff without expecting anything to come back. He just did it out the kindness of his heart. He didn't do it and then he went and posted on Facebook, okay? And when she came back to pay him, he's like, nah, I'm good. You good, we good. So this is what we need more of. And after the week we've had, we're going to need a lot more of it, all right? All right, I'm Tim Black. Remember, tomorrow we got the Freedom Friday show. Be here for that. Call up. Speak your truth to power. I'd love to hear what you thought about the vice presidential debate. I also like to know what you think about these sellouts who won't call anything straight no matter what. They always worried about their money. Their money, money, money. That's all they care about. What about truth, man? What about justice? What about ethics? Come on, man. You're going to let these people get in the office and do nothing. You're giving them everything. At least let them answer for their own records. I don't expect you to tell me other people's records. I don't expect you to be able to solve all the problems in the universe. I don't expect you to single-handedly cure cancer. But you could explain why you were locking up black people like hotcakes and throwing away the key, and why you think you're qualified, and why you changed from the Green New Deal, and why you changed from Medicare for All. That ain't too hard to make someone explain. And anybody's going to go vote for Pence just because you holding Kamala accountable for Kamala, we ain't going to vote for Kamala anyway. All right. All right, that's all I got, guys. I'm getting a little heated, man. This is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Join my text group, please. I had a VIP text list. Text the code. Text the word cornbread. One word, cornbread, to code 21,000 to opt in to be a part of that. Do that. That'll be great. Now let me go to Super Chat. Make sure we got everybody here, man. Thank you. Thank you, Sound of the Times. Thank you. I appreciate you. The Town Live. I see you, Rahul. I see you, Solomon. I see you, Kelly M. See what we got here. Viewer activity. We got some comments. Hey, check this out. Hey, Tim, that was a tough Republican debate. It was tough. It was a Republican debate. I like your style. I like your style. Who was that? See, they always cut off the first person. It's like the system. It's weird. Arthur Fletcher Jr. just joined. What's up, Arthur Fletcher Jr.? Welcome, Arthur Fletcher Jr. You're now a member of the Wolfpack. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Oh, no, Arthur, he donated. Thank you for your generosity, Arthur. I appreciate you. Ty said he just joined the Wolfpack. Thank you, Ty. What's going on? Welcome to the Wolfpack, Johnson. Andre, that's Andre Gale. That's what's up. Andre Gale is one of my new editors. Thank you, Andre. Yes, both parties suck. One offends in word, deed, policy, and on purpose. The other has a problematic policy past. Policy can be corrected. A willful desire to cause violence and inflict harm cannot. Roger Meadows, black babies were used as alligator bait 100 years ago. This is awesome. This is also true. Also true. Police embrace these types, but they're first targets. That's right. They do embrace. That is the craziest thing in there, Roger. The police like the militia guys. But whenever they plot to do something, who they want to kill first? The police. It's a love-hate relationship between these militia types, these homegrown terrorists. You know what? I'm going to try to do my best to catch myself from saying militia. I'm just going to call them what they are. Terrorists. Casey says, Emmy awarded by me. Well, thank you, Casey. Roger says there's a lot of brothers locked up they'll be facing. Thomas Cruz says punch left after we get power. Republicans suppress votes. No. That's a horrible strategy. It's horrible. It's repugnant. if people don't trust you to tell the truth, they have no reason to listen. I'm not a politician. What's this person's name? Thomas Cruise. I am not a politician. Neither are you. You should want your news to tell the truth, sir. Not try to sway voters. You should want truth and honesty. You should fight for issues, never for parties. You have it fucked up, sir. This is not what we need. What we need is truth-telling. We do not need people trying to cape for any party or any politician to the detriment of the people to help somebody win. If you get a lying, conniving thief, a backstabber, a corrupt politician in office because you think they're a little less corrupt than the other guy, guess what you end up with? A corrupt politician anyway. And it's not your job to decide. You don't decide. Just tell the truth, man. Just don't tell the truth based on we don't want our truth to, we don't want anybody to, we don't want our truth to be misused. No, tell the truth, man. Please don't have kids, man. Please don't. Not with that attitude, man. We need our children to be taught to be honest, be upstanding, be a stand-up man or woman, child, person, human being. Not to, you got to make sure that you don't want to, you don't want to say, because you don't want to, if you tell the truth, be careful, because if, you want to make sure that it's the right climate to tell the truth. I mean, tell the truth later. Don't tell the truth then, because if you tell the truth then, it might hurt this thing. No, that's too much. No, just tell the truth. If Kamala Harris and Joe Biden lose because you told the truth about them, they deserve to lose, man. I don't know what part of my show you don't get. I don't know what you don't understand. Roger says, someone should have told Pence his fly was open. El Dorado, keep doing the do, Johnson. I'm trying to, man. You see people I got saying stupid stuff. Roger says, we are in a barn full of hay. It will candles when a barn full of hay with lit candles. You might have to start writing some of my monologues. Trump comes along, knocks the candles over, sets the place ablaze. You want to get him out of there and put out the fire, but go back to use the candles, not LED lights. Boys Einstein saying, can Kamala be persuaded as the wind she is to sway to accept progressives pressuring once they get into the House? I don't know. I think she's just an opportunist. Sorry, that's what I think, and not sorry. Roger, federal government gave corporate a $5 trillion, give us the same thing. Right. We carry signs. Thank you, we carry signs. Roger says, it's got an IT flash for a minute. Someone in your free chat said FTP got confused for a minute, thought they were talking infotech until I realized NWA. Okay. Oh, they were talking, on your free chat said after police got confused for a minute, thought they were talking info. Oh, okay. I don't understand that. You got an IT flashback for a minute. Someone on your free chat said FTP. And got confused for a minute, thought they were talking infotech until I realized. Oh, okay, infotech. Information technology. Okay, man, look, dude. Hey, look, Roger. Bruh. See, he's talking about file transfer protocol. All right, we worked in the IT field, man, so we, FTP, you got to transfer some files? Get out of here, you nerd. Manu says, keep speaking that truth, Johnson. Thank you, Manu. That's what I'm talking about. What's up with Thomas Cruise? Don't talk bad about Kamala, because you talk bad about her. She might not become president of the world. Hey, look, man, if you can't defend your record, maybe you should have made a better record. That's how I come up on that, man. You don't say that when I go in on Trump or Pence. I did a video destroying Pence. It's not my fault you didn't want to watch it. It's there. Why isn't anybody sharing my video where I dismantle Pence? Some conservatives saw it. Some of them wrote me. He said, Tim, we don't want to stone the gays. We just want to put them in conversion tanks. I went at him hard. You won't share it. I give equal coverage. Bo Einstein, Trump pro-domestic terrorism and COVID is a threat. Man, he's something else. He's something else, Johnson. He is something else. I had a great time tonight with tonight's show. I'm trying to tell you, I had a good time. You guys make it worthwhile, man. This show is dedicated to Mrs. Black for putting up with Mr. Black. All right? Thank you, Mrs. Black, for putting up with me. I love you. Yeah. And to my kids, too. To my babies. That's it. That's all I got. See you tomorrow. Same bad channel, same bad time. We'll be here with Freedom Friday. We get to call up and speak truth to power. I'm sure my usual suspects will be in attendance. I got love for you. Don't forget, don't you let nobody take your cornbread, Johnson. That's your cornbread. Thomas Fanto. MSNBC should create an OnlyFans page. They need to do something, Johnson. That's all I got. Deuces. Tim Black Show is streamed live in front of a live internet audience. To join the Wolfpack for only $5 a month, starting at only $5 a month. You can join for $25 a month. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Become a member today. Wolfpack, y'all, Wolfpack. Someone just said Turner and Pence's Fly 2024. Y'all crazy.